Is the motorist an easy target? So let's break this down into two people: motorists or shitbags. So I believe the motorist is everyone going to work normally, everyone doing normal stuff, taking the wife shopping, taking the kids to football. The motorist is what we class as nan and granddad, the motorist. Is that an easy target?
Well, it's a massively easy target. Because what we do is if we're going to start giving people like that fines, points on licence, what we do is we lose the trust and confidence. Because the first thing people will say is, well, hang on a second. And they always do. There's murderers, there's people out there, so why are you giving that to us? The caveat to it every single time is, well, if hypothetically, let's use a mobile phone, and someone has a mobile phone and they get given a ticket, they've never done anything in their life, and they get 6 points in the licence. Their insurance premiums go through the roof. Someone might argue, well, come on, it's a mobile phone. But we've both been to incidents whereby mobile phones have destroyed lives.
Yeah.
So the argument could be, well, you know what? There's an argument for both. Personally, my thoughts are that when you are giving speeding fines for variable speed limits on motorways, that for me is an easy target.
Yeah.
And it's not right. Because we both know that what tends to happen is that you'll have a variable speed limit 1 minute and then it'll change. And then you go through and someone gets points and they have 10 miles an hour over the speed limit.
And they've never done anything wrong.
And they're not eligible for having a course.
Yeah.
So therefore they get 3 points. That to me is horribly wrong.
You're 100% right.
Because it's not the right way to deal with people, especially when you're changing the variable speed limit in a lot of circumstances for absolutely no reason either. However, if you're doing 120 miles an hour down the motorway and you get caught, well, quite rightly, you deserve to be given points and a fine and a disqualification.
So I think there's two ways in this. So, like I said, good people, shitbags. The good people, the motorist is an easy target, but what they should be doing is by words of advice or education purposes. That does not mean paying a fine and going on a course. That means, I don't know how you do it, whether you have a tick on P&C of being warned, and that's it. Once that warning tick's gone in, you issue a fine, whatever it is. So it'd only lead for the fatal 4. So if you've been caught on your mobile phone, no seatbelt, speeding, whatever it is, we'll give you words of advice. That's for the decent members of the public. You're done and dusted. Here's your ladies, and we're kind of P&C check, please, knee and cut. Yeah, box ticked. Right, your box has been ticked. You've obviously been dealt with before about it. Here's your points and your fine, so to speak. So they've had the warning.
Yeah.
And then you look at your shitbags, and everything should be done to them to get them off the road. Because, like I said, people that are driving disqualified, driving with no license, driving with no insurance, driving with no MOTs, people might say it's minor, but then, like I said, that car's fault, something happens, they have a crash, they die, knocks them over and kill them. It's minimum of £1 million to investigate fatal. It's over £500,000 for a serious RTC. All these comes out of taxpayers' money, and this is what we get tied up with dealing with, because people can't be trusted. Imagine everyone in the world being good and everyone in the world abiding by the law. Well, there wouldn't be no need for the police. There are police running there because people cannot be trusted. People think now, why do I have to drive at 70 in the motorway? My car stops really quick, this sort of thing. These were introduced in the 60s because you can't be trusted, so that's why you drive at 77. So if we up it to 90, you'll be driving at 99. Why do I have to do this? Because you can't be trusted. Why? Because you can't be trusted. And that's the idea. If people could be trusted behind the wheel, there'd be no points issued, there'd be no one there to deal with anything. But you'll know and I know, we've knocked on people's doors, said your kid's not coming home, your mum and dad are not coming home, your brother's not coming home. They've been killed, and the majority of the people that are killed is not their fault. Outlining something different, 24 hours in A&E last night, which we watched as well on behalf of this. There were a woman that was hit, ended up breaking a collarbone, 19-year-old, she was catapulted 2 metres in air, 2 metres down the road. 3 metres in air, 2 metres down the road. And she was hit by a motorist that lost control and mounted a curb. So it was nothing to do with her. She wasn't crossing the road at the wrong place. She wasn't doing anything wrong. She was hit by the motorist. Take that motorist out of that equation, it wouldn't have happened. Her parents had to get in a flight, I think, from Portugal, come back. So They've got the flight money. They've got their time off work. They've got what they've done. She's been in hospital. She's broken a collarbone. She's had so many CT scans. She's had so many X-rays. There's the nurses, the doctors. When she come in, first of all, the people that looked after her, what they're called now, the registrars. All that's got to be paid for by one motorist that's mounted the curb. Should that motorist be penalised, yes or no?
1,000,000%.
There you go. So they're the people that need to be dealt with by prosecution, have a licence taken off for more jail time. And I'm not on about if you're just an old man I'm on about someone that was speeding and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
The good people need to be dealt with by education, and the bad people need to be dealt with and get their cars off them. Such these things as Surons, these electric bikes, they all need taken off road. I personally think they need to be made illegal.
The biggest problem as well is that that's where the issue comes when you have got these people on Surons and nothing gets done with them.
No.
Because the police are scared to death
Of dealing.
of dealing with them because they're worried about the consequences. If you pursue one of them, well, he hasn't got a helmet on and he came off. Well, last time I checked, it was his choice or their choice to do it. And I think we've got a duty to members of the public to actually try and do something about that because they're causing absolute havoc. In London, look how many Surons are used for phone thefts. Now they're being used to commit proper offences.
Yeah.
Because they know that the police aren't going to do a thing. So for me, that's where the disparity is. We've got somebody that goes 36 in a 30. Yeah, it's an offence. Yes, it is. But we could probably deal with that, not by giving somebody 3 points and a fine and lose the trust completely of that person when they've done absolutely nothing wrong in their life. And then we've got a lad or a person who is, because it could be females as well.
Say shitbag though.
Yeah. Who's on the pavement and driving down and all of a sudden that doesn't get dealt with at all.
We ignore it in terms of blind eye because it's only too hard to do box.
And we do it, and I've been there whereby we've been told to ignore it.
Yeah.
And that can't happen.
How can you ignore someone breaking the law when you're in a marked police car?
Yeah.
Just for people that don't know, they might say they're only having a bit of fun. Bringing these videos out, £50 million a year is on mobile phone thefts, £30 million is on Rolex watch thefts, all dealt with by people riding Surons all around London. 17,000 phones are stolen every month or is it every week now, in London due to these bikes. They're an absolute fucking menace. And they're knocking people over, they're killing them, and people just think it's just a toy. I buy my son one for Christmas, it's fine, it's just a toy, and it's not. These are the people that need to be dealt with. These are the people that need to be taken off the roads.
And this is where that question comes in. Is it, the right thing to do, to issue fines and deal with people for road traffic offences? Yes, it is, but in the right circumstances.
With the right people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right, happy?
Yeah.
More questions coming next time.